So imagine, two different animals born on the same exact day in history. One of them might pass away from old age within 2 short years, while the other could be living for centuries, swimming around or digging tunnels, living way longer than all of its other relatives. Scientists are still actively trying to figure out why this happens. For my informational speech today, I'm going to discuss animals that seem to age way slower than most other species on Earth, and exactly what researchers are discovering when they look at their biology. This is highly relevant to all of us here. Researchers have discovered that different species experience the process of growing old differently, which means looking at them can change how we look at our own human health. I chose this topic because I have always been extremely interested in learning about aging research and unusual animals. I hope to pursue my MD PhD, focusing specifically in biogerontology, which is the scientific study of aging and longevity. Because of that passion, I've spent a lot of my personal time reading research articles about this. Animals like Greenland sharks, bowhead whales, naked mole rats, and so on age differently than most other species. Studying these animals has helped researchers better understand the core biology of aging. Today, first I will explain what aging actually is and what biogerontology studies. Second, I will discuss a few specific animals that appear to age unusually slow. Third, I'll explain some of the specific biological secrets that scientists have learned so far from studying these species. Now let's get into it, looking at what aging means. Aging occurs differently across species, and the field of biogerontology seeks to understand why and how. Scientists define aging as the gradual decline of biological function over time. Aging affects many of our internal systems like our cells, tissues, and very vital organs. In a 2021 review article published in the journal eLife, which is titled DNA Damage, How and Why We Age, researchers explained the baseline of this process. They said that aging is a complex process that results in the loss of an ability to reattain homeostasis following stress, leading thereby to increased risk of morbidity and mortality. They also said in that same article that a major driver is the time-dependent accumulation of macromolecular damage, including DNA damage. Different species experience these changes at drastically different rates, meaning there is no universal clock. Biogerontology is the scientific study of the biological processes of aging. Researchers study how and why organisms age at a molecular level. Scientists compare these different species to find relationships and differences that can teach us about longevity. Now that we've gone over understanding what biogerontology looks at, let's dive into some of the most extraordinary creatures that are breaking the normal rules of life. Several animals appear to age much more slowly than other species. The Greenland shark is one of the longest-lived vertebrates ever discovered. Scientists estimate that some Greenland sharks can live for several centuries. Greenland sharks grow very slowly and mature much later than most other fish in the ocean. Other species also display unusual ways of handling the aging process, like the bowhead whale in the freezing Arctic waters. A 2015 study published in the journal Cell Reports, researchers in the article titled Insights in the Evolution of Longevity from the Bowhead Whale Genome said that the bowhead whale is estimated to live over 200 years and is possibly the longest living mammal. Then we have the naked mole rat. Naked mole rats show a quite remarkable resistance to many age-related diseases and often live much longer than expected for rodents, around 9 to 10 times as long, and they do not show many signs of aging up until the day they die. To put this in perspective, a paper published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences in 2009, titled Hypersensitivity to Contact Inhibition Provides a Clue to Cancer Resistance of Naked Mole Rat, states that the naked mole rat is the longest living rodent with a maximum lifespan exceeding 28 years. They also said in that same article that naked mole rats have an extraordinary resistance to cancer, as tumors have never been observed in these rodents. This isn't just a random fluke. In a 2021 study published in Biogerontology, researchers did a massive analysis across the animal kingdom. In their article titled Analysis of Longevity, Ancora Data identifies species with exceptional longevity among taxa and points to an evolution of longer lifespans. They state that animals have a considerable variation in their longevity, and that their work identified species with an exceptional longevity within various taxa. This proves that evolution can actively select a longer life under the right conditions. It is one thing to know that these animals live a long time, but it is even more exciting to understand the actual tools that they use to stay healthy. Research on these animals has helped scientists to much better understand how aging works. Scientists have identified specific biological mechanisms that contribute directly to longer lifespans. Some species appear to have highly effective DNA repair systems that fix damage before it destroys cells. In the same cell report study on the bowhead whale genome, the author said that this analysis identifies gene gain and loss involving genes associated with DNA repair, cell cycle regulation, and cancer and aging. Basically, they literally have extra copies of genes that keep their cells from breaking down. Another secret seems to be keeping things cold. In a 2015 article in Biogerontology, researchers in the article titled Being Cold, How Body Temperature Influences Aging and Longevity, they looked at how temperature changes life history. They wrote that in that paper how poikilotherms to hemotherms, there is a clear trend for lower temperature being associated with longer lifespans both in wild populations and laboratory conditions. This explains why cold water creatures like the Greenland shark and the bowhead whale can stretch their timelines out for centuries. Additionally, how an animal's body handles oxygen is a huge deal of the puzzle of things. In 2011, researchers published an article in Biogerontology titled An Evolutionary Comparative Scan for Longevity-Related Oxidative Stress-Resistant Mechanisms in Hemotherms, where they state that long-lived animal species show low rates of reactive oxygen species generation and oxidative damage at the mitochondria. On top of all that, cells in these animals communicate differently. In a 2009 article from the Proceedings of National Academy of Sciences, which is titled Hypersensitivity to Contact Inhibition Provides a Clue to Cancer Resistance of Naked Mole Rat, researchers wrote that naked mole rat fibroblasts display a hypersensitivity to contact inhibition, a phenomenon they termed early contact inhibition. This means cells are highly sensitive to crowding and stop dividing early, preventing tumors from ever forming in the first place. Even their chromosomes are built to endure. In a 2013 paper published in BMC Evolutionary Biology, researchers in an article called Molecular Adaptation of Telomere-Associated Genes in Mammals investigated the protective caps on DNA. They say in that paper that it has long been established that telomeres and telomere maintenance has been a clear role in aging, and they searched for adaptation in telomere maintenance proteins that could account for the increased longevity in these species. By moving away from standard lab animals, we're opening up a whole new world of discovery. A 2021 paper of Cellular Molecular Life Sciences, researchers in the article Non-Traditional Systems of Aging Research said that aging research has historically been limited because the majority of knowledge originates from experiments on a relatively small number of species and systems. They argue in the article that using these non-traditional systems allows us to map out secrets of aging, longevity, and sometimes even immortality. Comparing aging research improves scientific understanding on how aging works and how that knowledge can be implemented into our knowledge about human aging and longevity too. Studying different species helps research scientists find common biological relationships and connect more dots. So basically, animals like Greenland sharks, bowhead whales, and the naked mole rats age differently than most species, and studying these animals has helped scientists better understand the biology of aging. I explained what aging is and what biogerontology studies, discussed several animals that appear to age unusually slowly, and described what scientists have learned from studying them. Aging is something that every human and animal experiences, but the animal kingdom shows that there really is no single pattern of aging. From sharks, whales, and other aquatic life that may live for centuries to rodents that resist many effects of aging, these amazing creatures continue to challenge what scientists thought they knew about the limits of life, and continue to grow what we once knew to be true to help aid in further research and discovery. Thank you.